It's Nolan. I'm about to open up my platform. Some of y'all should know I have the Inside the Industry show that I do daily on YouTube. We're now coming up on 14,000 subscribers on the channel, and I want to open up the opportunity to start doing a live music review on the channel so we could play independent music, provide feedback. That also includes music and or videos. All you got to do is submit realjnolan@gmail.com. If you have content ID activated on your stuff, it's not gonna work in your best interest to send it to me, because if I get copyright claims on your stuff's gonna get clipped out the video, because YouTube's gonna hit me up and say, hey, you got copyrighted content in your stuff. Here's the options. I'm gonna say trim it out. Also, don't come getting in your feelings. It's gonna be my personal opinion along with the viewers' opinions in the comments. So if you have a bad attitude, you don't know how to take critique, you don't take negative feedback. I'm not saying I'm gonna give you negative feedback, but it's always a possibility. Get yourself in check before you submit your shit, because it ain't a guarantee that I'm gonna like it, but I'm gonna always give constructive criticism and ways that you can improve if I see fit. If I get enough submissions this week, we'll probably do our first one either Friday or Saturday. Much love and respect. I see y'all in a bit. Peace. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. That intro was just to let y'all know we will be having our live music review. And, you know, if you haven't sent your music in, if you want to get it in there, send it to realjnolan@gmail.com. And of course, that's Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who knows what time this video is actually going to reach you, because YouTube runs checks and stuff like that, which delays the releases of my content. So if you wonder why certain stuff will come out in the news and then I talk about it the next day, it's not necessarily that I'm talking about it the next day. I may record it, but YouTube be playing with me, so it comes out a day later because they got to run ad checks to make sure that it's suitable. They've been doing this for about 2-3 months on me, ever since really the Kendrick and Drake battle like really took its head. I've been getting this ad suitability shit all over my channel, so that's where we at. All right, so let's get into the show. Today we're going to be talking about Glorilla's All Dare music video, Latto previewing a new song and giving us a little bit of taste of the track list for her new album, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, which unfortunately she didn't reveal the entire track list. We got a couple pieces, and I guess she's expecting fans to try to decipher or just wait it out. We got Druski with the Coulda Fest coming up out here in Atlanta, which I think is actually pretty iconic and big for somebody such as Druski to be bestowed with this type of platform and opportunity. And you know, not everybody. I don't see too many comedians coming out with a music fest, right? That's just me. And then we've got Pretty V airing the fuck out of Soulja Boy. Right? Y'all know Soulja Boy went the hell in on B Simone. We're not going to air his rant again. If you want to hear what he had to say about B Simone, you can check out the previous video talking about that. But we're just going to get into Pretty V responding to him, because B Simone has not come out and said anything herself. But that's what's on the lineup for today. First thing we're going to address is Glorilla's All Dare music video. Okay? I ain't gonna lie, man. With the Glorilla video, All Dare feature Moneybagg Yo, I mean, the song's already been out. It's on the Everything project. But seeing a music video to it definitely made the song more appealing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was one of the songs that I was like in the middle about. It was cool, but it wasn't something that I was really gonna be bumping like that. But I like the music video. I like the vibe with her and Moneybagg Yo. Again, it looked like they had a lot of fun on the set with the whole workout theme and everything like that. The video was beautifully shot. I don't know what the fuck cameras they was using or who edited that motherfucker, but it looks really good. I also want to address, you know, it's been a running thing I've noticed in the chat. I don't know who it was, but who was saying Glorilla ugly, man? I seen somebody try to play that in the comments and say that. But Glo been looking a lot better. You know what I'm saying? When people say money make you look better, Glorilla is definitely living proof of that. I never felt like she was ugly to begin with, but the way that her image has evolved in like 2 years. She's come a long way. You know what I mean? From like getting her hair laid, you know what I'm saying? From having, you know what I'm saying, the Chuck E. Cheese teeth to then she had the big ass teeth to now they just like they sit right and it allows her to rap properly and everything. Like she got her shit shaved down a little bit. She making the right moves. Her fashion has elevated. You know what I mean? Like she's doing the right things. She's pretty much staying out of trouble, staying out of the bullshit, you know what I mean, for the most part. No, she did get pulled over out here in Atlanta or whatever right before the tour started and what have you. She had a little back and forth with JT. That was a thing, but it went away. She hasn't like remained in that space. She's not really getting on socials, tripping on nobody. She had a successful tour with Megan Thee Stallion that boosted both of their profiles if we're keeping it honest. So I want to see continued success and growth for Glorilla. I think it was dope that she had Zeus Network in the music video. Although I don't really support Zeus Network, they definitely cater to a demographic which Glorilla definitely thrives in. You know, catering music to the ratchet people of America or the people who are fascinated by ratchet people in America. Having them in there, having Lemuel in the video, like he was giving her a contract. I think she's performed at some of those Zeus baddies, um, you know, events that they've been putting together with Nick Cannon and all that shit. I think there was a fight at one of them. Ugh, I ain't like that. But, you know, nonetheless, she's going. And what we do know is she's pretty much authentic to the style of music that she's making. But at the same time, we do see a consistent and constant evolution. And she just got one of those personalities, man. Like, you want to see her win. You want to see her continue to grow. There was a point where she was kind of an industry punching bag, especially when Sexy Red first started taking off. People were trying to make it seem like Sexy Red was taking her out the game, replacing her spot. But I don't think people feel that way right now. It seems like the natural order is taking place in that conversation. We're not going to dwell on that too long because the other one is on the no fly list on the channel. But I just wanted to say that, you know, salute to Glow, salute to Moneybag Yo. Think y'all did a good job. All right. Moving forward, Latto previews new song and a piece of track list for the new album, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Let's see what we got here from Latto. Let me go ahead and pull up the preview of the song. See what we think of it. A lot of y'all, I fuck with the hurt invisible. That's kind of catchy. Where's this young lady been? Somebody said in my comments, their theory is that Latto's been putting out throwaway records while she got the album together. The problem with putting out throwaway records is those albums are still on, those songs are still on the project. Right? Big Mama wasn't a throwaway. So I don't know. But it didn't really enhance nobody's craving for the album. So I don't know. What I do see on here is we got Georgia Peach. I do believe Georgia Peach is the song that she was performing when she opened up the BET Awards, which I actually liked the vibe of. I thought that was nice that she was, you know, getting into her introspective bag, talking about her actual come up and, you know, talking about her and herself and her sister. I thought that was cool. We got Big Mama as track number 2 on the album. Number 3, I think, is Blitz something, which we heard a little sample of in her trailer announcement of the album. There's a song on there called Good to You, which people are trying to say features Sierra. It's in handwriting, but we can't tell for real. It looks like a lot of Cardi B fans are actually advocating and hoping that they get Cardi on that song. I think that might actually be Sierra because when you look at it, I guess I could pull it up. It looks like CI, not CA. You know what I mean? So hold on. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get a Cardi appearance on the album if that's what you're looking for. But we just don't see it there, right? Can't really make out what the rest of this is. She's got her hand deliberately covering it up. You get some random letters and numbers here and there. But you ain't got to wait too long because the album's dropping in about 2 weeks. So I'd imagine the official track list probably dropping next week. An official single probably dropping next week to get people anticipating, hopefully that song she previewed comes out next week because I actually like that. I like how it sounds. I like the vibe. I like the lightness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for the last year or so, she's been trying to put out these hood anthems that haven't been catching on. She did the song with Baby Drill. I didn't understand that. Baby Drill is garbage. Um, she just had really been trying to lean into this kind of hardcore. I'm like, why you want to be Mia X so bad? You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Make something light. Make some fun shit. So hopefully we get a good mixture of vibe sounds. I hope she displays like her lyrical prowess on the album, right? Because that's something that she's been kind of holding back. She hasn't really just let loose and flex lyrically on us in a minute, which is something that she grew up doing. I hope she unleashes that. And I want to see her win. I want to see her win. I want to see her do it. What I do like is that we're looking at least 17 songs on the album, so she's gonna have plenty of time to stake her claim, hopefully prove her point, and hopefully she can perform and make up for some of the lost time, because I don't know what it is right now. And this is across the board for the ladies in hip hop. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the labels are divesting and not wanting to spend money on the projects, which is why we're getting these late rollouts where we're not seeing, because really they need anywhere between 3 to 6 months to really push a project and get it in people's minds. This is what's coming. However, what we've been seeing this year is a lot of the ladies are popping out a month, 3 weeks before the album is ready and going ahead and letting us know what's going on and rushing it out. I wouldn't assume that it's the artist's fault. I'm assuming that it's the label not wanting to put money into like a full 3 to 6 month rollout. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to make the money back, if y'all want to see the artist perform on the charts, if you want to see the artist have some sort of connection with the fans, you would think you would want to start planting seeds and putting breadcrumbs down on the ground. But that's the only explanation that I could think of, is they don't want to spend the money to work on radio campaigns, video campaigns. It's like, we're going to put your shit out. We're going to put a single out before the album drops. And then we're going to put your ass on the road so we can make back our investment off a percentage of your show money. Which, if you can remember, I want to say 2015, 16 was like the start of that era. But since then, it seems like the labels had started trying to like cultivate stars again. But in my analysis and what I've been seeing, it looks like we're going through another phase. Because remember, we're going through another, they don't want to say it, but we're going through another recession. So although they have the money, it feels like they're trying to save the money, keep it close to the vest. I think that's a bad move. But as far as the artists are concerned, because they're the ones that's going to suffer, the companies are going to continue to be in existence. These motherfuckers been in existence 50 years minimum already. They're always going to outlive the artists, right? But the artists end up being sacrificed, and they're the ones that are front facing. They're the ones that we're talking about on a daily basis, not the labels. I think that's fucked up. So hopefully Latto can redeem herself with this project. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay? What else we got on the docket? Druski's Coulda Fest. I think this is pretty interesting. So Druski has a festival coming to Atlanta. He will be at the State Farm Arena out here in Atlanta, and I think he's going to sell that bitch out. And he's got a pretty interesting lineup. It's very Atlanta-centric, I must say. But for those of us that are in the Atlanta area, that's actually a good thing, right? For those that ain't, I guess that's just too bad. So here's the flyer. Let me make this a little smaller. God damn, that shit big as fuck. Okay, so Coulda Fest. This is going to be September 7th, featuring Druski and DC Young Fly. I'm guessing they're the hosts. Going to have 21 Savage, Kai Cenat. I'm guessing he's going to host, or perhaps he's going to be dancing on stage, or, we have seen him do that on Nicki's show one time. Soulja Boy. Somebody need to talk to Soulja now before he bring his ass out here. Waka Flocka Flame, turn up. Baby Kia, I don't even know who that is. Baby Drill. Well, Rich Kids, that's fire. Not everybody know about Rich Kids, especially if you're not from Atlanta. Rich Kids are Atlanta legends. They ushered in the game for a lot of motherfuckers. They were before the Migos. They were before Ray Sremmerd, and they were kind of on that vibe, that young nigga shit. They just never took off the way they could have. You got Travis Porter on here. Dope. Shop Boys. That's also very Atlanta centric. That's going to be big. DJ Young Jock. They're going to get this motherfucker turned up. Fly. Yeah. Fly. That's what I'm talking about. Young LA. Roscoe Dash. Young Dro. I'm fucking with it. I don't know who Nav Green is. That might be somebody who's under Coulda Been Records. Ugliest Rapper Alive, I think, is also under the Coulda Been. Sounds by DJ Fresh. And surprise guest. So for all my Atlanta folks, hey, if you want to pull up, have at it. I don't go to these young nigga type events, but you know, shit sound cool. You feel me? I feel like somebody gonna die that night. I hate to say it, and I'm not saying that in a joking manner. I literally feel like somebody gonna die that night leaving the show. Based on the crowd that these artists are gonna bring, unfortunately. Hate to speak that over nobody, but I expect it to happen. Okay, salute to Druski though, because again, the evolution that he's undertaken since coming on the scene as being like a skit guy and just doing his shit to where, you know, he's got the Coulda Been Records show. It seemed like a joke and a parody, but it seems like he might actually really be trying to sign artists and develop at some point. I think right now it's still very comedic. It's still very funny, you know, whatever. But I think he's going to take that shit serious one of these days. The fact that he has a festival, period, is a motherfucking big deal. He can book all these artists. I mean, you know, there seemed to have been some sort of dissension between himself and Desi Banks. Desi Banks don't seem to like Druski for whatever reason. He hates when people compare him. He put out a diss record when Complex, I think it was, put out the top online comedians of 2024. He put out a diss record talking about Druski. Of course, I ain't gonna say that he was dead ass serious. I think I don't know. I think they had some sort of relationship. They have some mutuals between them. But I do think Desi is a bit salty that Druski is kind of becoming this really mainstream loved guy. You know what I'm saying? And he just kind of, he's here, he's around, but he's not elevating in the same way. He's got money though. He ain't no broke ass nigga though. So he making a living, he's doing his comedy shows and he doing his shit. But there seems to be some sort of disconnect that's going on between him and Druski. I don't know if they are, going to work that out behind the scenes, if we ever see them come together and work together in the future. But that's just what's been going on. Okay? Salute to that. Now let's get to Pretty V and her response to Soulja Boy. Okay? We're going through this pretty quickly because these are very simple, not deep topics, not something to take deep dives on. Let's not try to stretch things into things that don't need to be stretched. You feel me? So we got Pretty V, and like I said, Soulja Boy went the hell off on B Simone because she said nobody listened to Soulja Boy. Nobody ever said pull it up. He snapped the fuck off, said she was a bald-headed B. She ain't never gonna have no kids. Said she looked like Michael Jordan and all this talk, called her ugly, which, come on, bro. We saw you stick your dick in cat stacks. And I believe she was burning at the time. Let's not act like you got standards, okay? But he went the hell off. To my knowledge, B Simone has not responded, but now we have Pretty V, who's B Simone's friend and colleague and associate and collaborator at times. So here, let's see what Pretty V had to say about the situation.
Soulja Boy, face ass. Stop playing with my girl. Stop playing with my dog. Okay, stop playing with my dog. You are so disrespectful when she only said to put some respect on her name. Put some respect on your name. Stop playing. Don't call that girl out no name. Talking about she a BICA. She ugly. She this. She got more hair. You got more hair than her. Bitch, your motherfucking dresses stink. Stop playing with her. It stink. It's dirty. You look dirty. Stop playing with her. Cause B Simone not gonna come on here and B Simone not gonna say what she need to say, but I am. Stop playing with her like that. Only person that's saying your name right now is Sexy Red. We don't care about you, so just stop playing with me. We don't care about you. Talking about that girl ugly and she don't got no hair and she just in the third and she
cut her hair.
What are you talking about? You know that girl cut her hair by choice? All them girls you done slept with Soulja Boy, B Simone got more hair than them. And she got more edges. Soulja Boy. All them. You say you. Like we don't care about that. We don't care about that. We care about that. We don't care about that. Don't call B Simone no BICH. Stop. Your dress stink. Your toes got corns on it. You knock kneed. You flat footed. I don't care how much hits you done made. Don't play with that one and don't call no grad. Don't call no female a BICH out your mouth. Don't do that. That's rude. Someone said you still do too much, V. Yeah, your mama still do too much. She had you. First of all, she didn't bring no man name up. She didn't bring nobody up and disrespect that man. She didn't do that. She didn't disrespect him. Shut up. You got 2 followers. She didn't disrespect him. All them.
You would never have kids.
Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Goddamn. That's what we don't want. So that's Pretty V. She set the record straight. I completely agree with Pretty V on that. And it's not all the time that I agree with Pretty V. I gotta be honest. But she was dead ass right, man. That nigga fucked up. That nigga, you know what I mean? I said, shit, did you need to call your dealer? You need something to calm you down? Huh? You need a downer or something, soldier? God damn, brother. Ooh. You know, just because she don't want to hear your music. Nobody wants to hear your music, soldier. Like, especially not your new shit. What new shit you got that people give a fuck about? I don't even think you like your new shit. Let's be real about this. Calm it down, bro. Fuck wrong with you? So that's Pretty V. While we're here, I will extend the show a little longer because that's really all I had on my shit. But we do also have Drake getting booed out in Toronto, in his own fucking city. What the hell is going on with Drake? Niggas holding him down in Vancouver. But in Toronto, it's a different story. Now, I find this to be very interesting. Homeboy got booed. Now, I do understand this was at a Limp Bizkit. A Limp Bizkit concert. Different demographic. But they booed this nigga like he was at the motherfucking Flognaw Festival with Tyler, the Creator and shit, man. That's crazy to me. They treated your ass like you was at the Camp Flognaw, bro. And to be honest, based on your association with the Hells Angels, I thought the niggas at the Limp Bizkit concert would have been fucking with you, my boy. What the hell going on out in Toronto? Is that why you're moving to Houston? Shit looking a little shaky out here, bruh. Here we go.
Did you know Drake's here tonight? I thought Drake was your homie. What? No? Drake's my homie. Now since Drake's here, he's over here on the side, I'm gonna do this one for him. It's dedicated to you.
Now, in all fairness, I don't know if Drake was really in the motherfucking building. Okay, Fred Durst said he was there. He said he was on the side there. I don't know if he was on the side as in on the side of the stage preparing to come out and maybe do some of his own shit. I don't know if he meant he was on the side like he was in the crowd watching in an exclusive seat. Or if he was really not even fucking there to begin with. I don't know. Right? I'm not Y'all know me. Y'all know J Nolan. I'm not here for the bullshit. I don't know. I cannot prove Drake was there in attendance, so I'm not finna say that they booed his ass right in front of his face. I know that is a narrative that will be funny as fuck to everybody, especially those that are on his ass. I know that the industry and the insiders and everybody is not friendly with Drake at this point. Niggas are really waiting for him to go ahead and clock out. Y'all would love for him to clock out, and I get it. I understand. I empathize with everybody who feels that way, right? But I told y'all, I'm not on the hate train, right? I laugh and joke with y'all about the shit that's funny. I call the nigga corny because he knows he's corny. You know what I'm saying? The music that nigga been dropping is ass. But I know that he can at some point drop good music. It's whether or not he wants to or whatever the fuck he been working on. So my platform is not built on spreading misinformation. I do not know that Drake was there to say he got booed off the stage, because I did see some people spreading that narrative that he literally got booed off stage. We did not see him standing up there with Fred Durst. We did not see a close-up of his face on the Jumbotron of them putting the camera on him or anything, so we cannot confirm that he was there. But we did see, for whatever reason, the crowd in that room was not fucking with his name. But I also want to keep in mind, you could say damn near any rapper's name at a Fred Durst concert and they might react the same way. I don't know. I don't know that nigga's demographic. I don't know his crowd, because if y'all can remember, even though Fred Durst called himself a rapper or some that nigga ain't no rapper to me. That era, them corn niggas and the motherfucking y'all know all them motherfuckers that was out during that time, man. You come talking about a black rapper not named Mike Shinoda, you know what I'm saying? Because he white, Lincoln Park and shit. You might get your ass booed out the motherfucking room. Some of the collaborations they did with rap artists, it took some real ass, authentic ass niggas like DMX, Busta Rhymes to like cross over and do shit like that before Jay did it with Lincoln. But in other instances, rap was not always friendly with rock niggas. Rage Against the Machine, they did it, right? But it wasn't a lot. So I'm inclined to believe that played a role in it. And I'm inclined to believe that some motherfuckers out there in Toronto just ain't fucking with old boy. Just like the ones that was going to New Ho King joking around. Just like the motherfuckers out there in Toronto that vandalized that goddamn OVO store. You know what I mean? Clearly, it's some people out there that don't fuck with him. But we just gonna have to see where things go from here. We talked about it. We addressed it, which we couldn't skip over it. I don't know how he's gonna live that down. They holding you down in Vancouver, but not Toronto. That is interesting, must say. Before we end the show, I will go ahead and pull up, because people are, you know what I mean, hitting me up and trying to tell me about this. I did see it. I'm aware of what's going on. So let's go ahead and address it. New layers to the Not Like Us video are being revealed. Gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? And let me go ahead and pull up the references. All right, so on the left side of the screen, we see the Not Like Us video, right? We see Kendrick in there in this isolated room. Some folks thought it was a jail. Looks like a living room for real. But, you know, the sparse nature, the cot that you see in there, that's where people was kind of like calling it a jail. But you see, there's some very eerie connections between this Kendrick shot on the left and this shot on the right. You see the same exact speaker. You see the cot. You see the painting facing the wall. Well, people are now saying that this has a deeper, darker meaning. And the young lady in the photo in all black there, that is Mila Jovovich. Okay? And Mila Jovovich, as you can see here, they say relationships. Jovovich married on-screen boyfriend Sean Andrews in 1992 while filming Dazed and Confused. Andrews was 21 and Jovovich was 16. The marriage was annulled by her mother 2 months later. They were able, and in order to get an annulment, that means that you didn't consummate the marriage, you know? But as you can see, a grown man marrying a minor. And if we're going by the meticulousness of Kendrick, PG Lang, and co., and all the intentionality in all the shots of the video, this one stood out. People were trying to understand what was going on with the photo, with that painting. Who is the painting of? What is that painting? Why this was the way it was? But, you know, of course, this was the Cell Block 1 thing. We know Kendrick was doing that L dance that Drake was doing with that young lady in the video here. So I don't think there was any wasted footage. This is too close to be a reach, especially when you look at the specific speakers and the cop and the painting. That's very interesting to me. So Kendrick is tripling and quadrupling down on his assertion that Drake is a predator. That's what that is. Now, I know the Drake fans out there ain't gonna like that shit, don't like that shit, hate to hear about that shit, the whole nine. But Drake's producer, Gordo, claims that Drake has been happy as shit in the midst of all of this. They say the fallout from Drake's feud with Kendrick Lamar hasn't put a damper on his summer. According to his Honestly Nevermind collaborator Gordo, the producer hasn't seen Drake happier. Gordo, formerly known as Carnage, provided an update on the Six God's state of mind during a conversation with People magazine in an interview that was published July 24th. He says, ever since all this has happened, I've seen him happier. It's really weird. He's pretty jolly. He said the internet makes it seem like, oh, that photo, he's all sad and shit. That's just a bad photo from a bad camera. But because it's him, it's put under a magnifying glass like, oh, look at his eyes. He's looking a little droopy. He hasn't slept. But the guy's been happy as shit, to be honest. He's chilling. The Grammy-nominated producer claims Drake has moved on from the battle with K-Dot and is ready to focus on himself again. Quoting in here, he says he's been past it. The thing is that he was just on the longest tour ever. He literally did a tour for like a year. I think he's just chilling. Billboard has then reached out to Drake's reps for comment, which they haven't received one from. They say fans have a magnifying glass awaiting Drizzy's next move this summer. He previously linked guest appearances to Sexy Red and Camila Cabello's albums. Next up, the OVO boss reunites with Gordo for Sideways, which will land on the producer's Diamante album. Actually, I believe this song, Sideways, is out now. Let me go check it out and give you my assessment of it since we're here. All right, so this song is heavily derivative of the Honestly Nevermind vibe. It's heavily reminiscent of what we heard of Drake on the Camila Cabello album. Once you've heard one of those songs of him on the EDM beats, house beat, I guess you could say, you've heard them all. And I'm not here to shit on Drake. I know I got a few Drake people that watch the channel and feel like, oh, of course you're just gonna keep saying he's lyrically stale and he this and that and you're just caping for Kendrick. I'm not caping for Kendrick. Okay? I genuinely have stood on this square for the majority of my life. I don't like melodic Drake all that much. He only has 2 registers in his vocals. I will say, he surprised me at Dreamville Fest 2022. Because he got on stage and he sounded good. Excuse me. Singing in those 2 registers. You know, you would expect his voice to crack on stage, but Sounded good. But outside of that, I don't really like when he sings. I've never liked Marvin's Room. I've never liked some of those other songs that people used to say were appealing to them when he sings. That's just never been my vibe with him. But I don't like male R&B singers, period. Like there's only about 10 niggas in male R&B history that I've fucked with in a real way. That's just me though. I listen to women sing. I like their voices. I like their register. I like their tonality. So that ain't never served me no way, right? For his fans, if y'all like the record, y'all like what he's been dropping, more power to you. I salute you on that. Enjoy. But I don't think none of this music that he's been coming out with ever since the battle ended, I don't think it's hitting the mark. We haven't seen these songs hitting the charts neither, which is where Drake typically lives. Drake could typically take somebody from 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. All pun intended. The magic sauce on the Big Mac ain't really feeling magic right now. And the reason why I say this, again, is not to down him, but it's because I think what people really want to hear is maturity. People want to hear actual like growth and elevation. People want to hear you rap, but mature rap, not the yachty rap. I think there's people out there that are open to Drake singing on the album. I don't think nobody wants them as singles. So I think he's miscalculating his place in the market right now. I think he's miscalculating what the general consensus wants to hear from him. I don't even think the general consensus wants to hear from him right now, to be honest. I think it's too soon. I think the wound is still fresh, to be all the way real. And that's not to down him. I just think music has worked in timing. Everything works in timing. But the run that he was on, he was able to transcend timing. He could drop whenever he wanted, and the time was opportune for him. And you know what's crazy is the really dedicated rap shit that Drake has put out over the course of his career hasn't performed all that well. So he finds himself in a very interesting position. Like when he drops like the Scary Hours projects, when he drops like the Dark Lane demos, when he drops the whatever that fucking playlist was, the Care Pack and all of that stuff, like those albums, those pieces, playlists or whatever, they didn't really perform all that well commercially. But the rap fans that liked him were pretty satisfied with a lot of those songs. But I don't know. He finds himself in a very interesting spot because nothing is really catching. He hasn't really caught one. And typically he's somebody who could just catch one in his sleep. He could just wake up and piss in a toilet and it be platinum. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Drake fans out there don't want to accept that this is just not his season. And that's not with any malice, hate, or over analysis. You know what I mean? It's just not his season. I've said it the whole time. It's not his season. Perhaps September, fall, maybe could be, you know what I mean? October, around his birthday. If he could come with the right recipe of music, he could change a narrative or two. 2025, clean slate. People have gotten over the battle. It's going to get weird if Kendrick drop an album. There is supposed to be an album in the cut. That could make things a little bit more complicated too, because whenever Kendrick drops the album, his season is going to be extended. He's got the people. Even the people that weren't listening to him before, they've delved into his catalog and become fans. I think that's a lot to go against. That's a harsh narrative to go against. So I do think there's a lot of things going against Drake that extenuate far beyond what somebody like I could say, or even the people on the direct hate train, because I haven't jumped on the hate train. I just report my honest views, and that's what I see. All right, y'all let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Peace. Shit.
King of my city in cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.